I just want to encourage everybody, especially women, just don't give up. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail so many times. And you'll probably fail after you succeed. And then it's still okay. It's as long as you don't give up. We're all growing and we're all learning from our failures. So welcome your failures because that's how they're going to shape us.
This that tells me that we have to occupy spaces and show people that we should be like this big in the tribe that helps each other feel comfortable where it doesn't matter what they choose to do with their
And
life.
embrace glorious failure. And I thought, wow, we're taught to not fail, but poker, if you spend any time in the game, you're going to have some bad beats. You're going to lose some hands. It will mellow you and humble you.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Erica, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. We are so lucky. We have Samm Perryman, professional poker player, joining us today.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm excited to have a guest today. Can you introduce her a little bit?
Absolutely. Sam is a professional poker player from Texas, and I met her at a tournament in the Houston area, and I sat down at her table, and she had a mountain of chips stacked in front of her, and I wasn't long in the tournament, and I think she went very deep. So she is an amazing poker player, wonderful person, and I can't wait to learn some more about her and hear about her story today.
Can't wait to get to know her too. Hi, Sam. How are you today?
I am great. I am so excited, so honored to be invited to this podcast. And I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I've ever like seen myself on screen. I'm watching me talk and I'm like, I hope I don't mess up.
I'm a little nervous too, but it's gonna be amazing. So Sam, can you take us a little bit back to the beginning? Like, how did poker first come into your life? Like, was it on purpose? Like, were you studying that before? Was it something that just happened to you? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not really sure. I never was raised around gambling or even much other games outside of Yahtzee, but I did one summer when I was like 10 years old play a CD-ROM that had all the games, spades, hearts. This is like early mid 90s cribbage, and I just like played it like every day religiously. And then and they weren't like Hold'em or Omaha, which we play nowadays. They were more like 5 card draw and games like that. But it wasn't until college I was a cocktail waitress my junior year of college at Baylor. And after hours, the bartenders decided to play a little Hold'em. And I was like, well, I've seen this on TV. I've witnessed with my stepdad, like when Moneymaker made his explosion onto ESPN, and that became the big hype of what poker is now, basically.
Correct.
I've witnessed it, and I was like, well, I'll give it a go. And I ended up schooling those boys. I don't know what school I was going to, but I did really well, and I had like this like, well, this is just now what I want to do. So I ventured to it a little more. Then I started playing every Monday night in a chiropractor back of a chiropractor's office, like this $20 tournament, 2 tables, just local Waco people. And from there I was like, well, I need to do more. And I thought I was good. Now thinking back on it, oh my gosh, I was probably really, really awful and really, really lucky to have gotten to even like just expand upon it. But then I found my first cash game within like 6 months of playing my first tournament. And then 6 months after that, I was like, I'm going to run a cash game. And so I did that. I had an underground poker game for about 3 years, kind of like Molly's game vibe, but I don't like to reference it because I feel like I was actually doing it before her. But I
Amazing.
did that, learned a lot of life lessons, found myself managing poker games in Austin, moved from Waco to Austin, more life lessons. Always kind of bartended along the way to try to make ends meet. Didn't know if I was going to do poker for a living, but I knew that there was a reason I was drawn to it. And then pandemic comes around and I am now not doing anything but focusing on tournament online poker, mostly in the Poker Bros platform. And I use my unemployment checks to just go on, just kept trying and I kept losing. And I was like, oh no, is this a gambling addiction? Or, and then it finally made sense. Like it finally just all connected. Like I solved the matrix or something and I started winning. And then when live poker became like introduced again, when it was safe to go out, I started using what I learned online and I could see things clearer. It just made more sense. And from there, I have been trying to balance from my love of tournament poker, which is just it's a hate love because it's brutal. Only about 12 to 15% even cash in a tournament. And then you really have to be like the final 8 or 9 to even make good money. So it's a lot of like just throwing darts and hoping something will hit. And even if you do as well as you want or you do all the right moves, you could still just be out. And so I'm trying to now find my poker identity of whether I'm a cash game player or a tournament player, but I know I want the glory. So I qualify, I call myself a tournament player, but I need to be a cash game player to support my tournament addiction. Got all of that out, I
Love
think, in
that.
one breath.
Sam, how did you know that poker was going to be your future? At what point did you make the connection to like, yep, I'm a poker player now?
Well, it took me a long time. I had been like having this, I even still often I feel like I'm an imposter because I do these great things and then I just like stop and the world hits me, but that's what poker is. It is high highs and low lows, as Sean knows. It's tough out. It's tough, and you can get beat down really quickly. But it occurred to me once pandemic happened that I went and played in the WSOP right after pandemic ended and the world was open, and I played 2 WSOP events. Um, like I think they were both like $1,500 buy-ins, and they were both in the games that I specialize. And I made got 32nd in one of them, like right out the door, like out of pandemic into the poker world. I get 32nd. I get taken out by Phil Hellmuth, like living legend in a high-low game. I actually played the hand bad. I think I've kind of fangirled. I don't I'm embarrassed to say that, but and then I also that same week I got 50 something in a WSOP event. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is what
Amazing.
I'm supposed to be doing." And I haven't looked back since. I've been like on a forward mark of just like go after my goal, be this person. And now I commentate for a card room. I commentate for a Texas Card House in Austin pretty regularly, like 2 to 3 times a month, doing pot limit Omaha, cash games, tournament, anything. And people come up to me all the time and they're like, Sam, I've learned so much from you. And I'm like, this honestly an honor. And there's just so much positive reinforcement going into the card rooms. Like anytime I sit down at a table, they're like, oh no, the professionals here. And I mean, I haven't even made it in some ways, but I really have because it's kind of how you carry yourself, how you I am a diehard lover of poker. I've never not loved poker. Sometimes I've had to do different forms of poker just to like ease my mind. Okay, no more tournaments for a moment. Let's focus on cash. But I realized that when I was in college, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no clue. Like I was going into my senior year of college being like, well, I thought this was the time I was going to find myself and all I did is find debt. Um and when I at the very end of my college career, I discovered poker and I was like, this is the only thing that makes sense as far as how my brain works. Like there's just finally like a things fit, like the cogs are cogging or something. And prior to that, I just didn't think I was really like exceptional at anything. But now I know that I slay in poker, and I want to be an ambassador for women. I want to be an educator for anybody that wants more information because the power you get, not only it's not necessarily even especially for me, it's not about the money. It's about the feeling of empowerment, and I get that. That the poker room is my favorite place to be, and I want to be a part of it in anywhere, any platform. Did that answer the question?
Yes, I love that answer, especially because I was gonna ask you about that. You know that in poker traditionally is a place that is dominated by men, and to have someone representing us women this so amazingly, it's like amazing to hear your story. But I wanted to know how exactly do you feel in that environment? Do you think that it's like another place that women can be empowered through? Like, there is the money aspect, there is also the knowledge aspect that you get from poker. Tell us a little bit about it. How do you feel about that aspect of poker?
Yeah, well, first of all, if more women played poker, we would be on the top of every winning board for sure. I think the way we think, we're not necessarily, I mean, I'm a competitive person, but my focus is not competition. My focus is strategy and intuition. It's like how
Yes.
I'm feeling. I can look at a person and you can just see their demeanor. Like if they're getting angry or if they're throwing their cards or whatever, it's like, wait a minute, there is a way to attack this. There is a way to play into this. Or you have certain players that don't want to play with women, like they believe it's a man's game, and that is actually great for you because that means you are bothering them, you are getting under their skin, like, and that is what you want to do in poker. You want to use your edges. So when I first started playing poker, I was like for cash and against people that have been doing it quite a long time, mostly older men in Central Texas, a lot of cowboy hats. And I could tell that I was definitely invading their scene. Absolutely. And at the
Mhm.
time, it bothered me. I was like, why doesn't anybody like me? I'm just trying to do what they're doing. I feel like I'm being targeted. But that is I've learned over the decade and a half of playing poker that that is the knowledge you want to use for your gains, not to bring you back. It doesn't matter how they're thinking. It is how you can it's knowing how they are thinking and how you use it against them or use it for yourself. And I feel like women, we don't need that, like, I don't want to speak for all of us, but at least for myself, I don't need that competitive drive to win every pot. I get the satisfaction of knowing that I efficiently strategized and I use all of the things that I could do, all of the things that feel natural to me. And I think that a lot of men don't have these kind of
Yeah.
characteristics, these sensitivities, these emotive things, that these intuitive parts about themselves that I think has definitely let me excel in this poker environment. So for all the women watching, don't be scared. Use any of the aggression. You just take a breath, evaluate, and then just battle. Like, it's good. You got this. We totally belong in this scene. I think we've been discouraged in the past, like as a whole, that this wasn't for us, but this is
Definitely.
absolutely for us. We're actually probably we're already the amount of women from the start of me playing 15 years ago to now is insane. Like, it is insane how many, and the women that are playing consistently and seeing a lot of hands, their growth is more rapid. And they are, at least in tournaments, you just see them at the top of the list consistently. The ones that are grinding. I mean, a lot of times I see a lot, like when you go into a poker room in Austin right now, it's going to be 95% men, but the 5% of women that are playing regularly, that are seeing many hands and are able to learn from it, because all it is just seeing the hands. You have to be a participant. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna try this, and if this doesn't work, I'm just not good at it. It's you have to put in the blood and sweat. You have to just put in the hours and hours of seeing this and experiencing it, and then studying and studying. I like through video formats, watching
Right.
people on YouTube, Poker Go. And that's another form of getting hand history in. But women are definitely on their up. in poker, and I'm just so excited for it. And I like if anybody has any questions about poker and how to survive as a woman, I am here for you because I want us to overtake.
It's
Okay.
amazing, Sam. Like, I think I can speak for, at least the women I know that all that we want to see is like women uh conquering new spaces and showing what we're capable of, like men women both equally capable of conquering their own spaces, but we are socialized in a certain way and men are socialized in a different way, and there are pros and cons. There are things that we can use in our favor that maybe men can't, and the same thing works for them. But both sides have the pros and cons of, the challenges they have to face. They're obviously different, but the message here, I think, is that we can overcome all the obstacles, and we have things that play on our favor when we try to conquer different spaces, such as poker. And traditionally, it's seen like it's a man's space, but it's also like it has a lot of logic behind it. When you mentioned before, like, is this a gambling addiction? It's not, and the reason I know that is because you can learn and get better through learning. It's not just luck. So that's exactly what you did. You went in there and you studied, and you got all those assets. Being a woman also helps you with intuition. I think from little girls to grown-ups, we learn how to develop our intuition way better because of the way we're socialized, and that is a positive asset for poker. I think I can say that. I don't play poker, but Sean plays very well too, and he can make some comments about it too.
So, Erica and Sam, from a guy's point of view, I do agree that women have the intuition thing natural. A guy is not naturally born with that, and he doesn't develop it as well, if ever as well. But it is so important to have some intuition, and that is an edge, as you mentioned, Sam, for the lady players out there. You know, if you have a feeling, oh man, I better fold that hand, or or I'm going to continue on, or I'm going to three bet, or whatever. There is a lot of intuition, and I think the high level players, and as a hobby, I'm a hobbyist poker player, but it seems to me that the high level players that I've seen and just heard, like Phil Ivey, I think he's very, very intuitive when it comes to watching people and their play.
He might be of the most intuitive. Absolutely. You see it in his eyes.
You really can. It's like he's studying you. It's like, the soul read, he is reading your soul.
Literally.
Yes. So, Sam, I would like to ask you another question. How did people around you reacted when you tried, when you knew that you were going to pursue poker as like a vocation, like it's like my professional life now is going to be about poker. How did people around you react to that?
I've been asked this many times, and I've been very fortunate that I've had such a great support system. Um, my mom at the start, she was like, "I don't know what you're doing, but you seem happy. So I'm gonna like just be here. I'm not gonna say that this is not the great. I didn't have a plan anyways, or like I didn't like leave the law office or something. I didn't know what I was gonna do in the world. I'm still figuring it out. I'm almost
Yeah.
40 and I'm still figuring it out. But I my mother, when she started me seeing my accolades, she doesn't know anything about poker, but that has never stopped her from believing me wholeheartedly. I will give her a call. I will tell her, man, this unfortunate, I never use the actual hands that happened, but this unfortunate situation in poker happened, and I'm just feeling I'm self-doubting myself. And she's like, you better stop that. We don't have time for that. You are a badass and you got this, and you
Love
have
it.
proven yourself so many times over and over. So don't take a step back, just pause and step forward. my mom is my biggest supporter. She knows that this is what I'm meant to do. And when I post things online a lot. And I have friends from high school and my civilian friends of that aren't poker players, which are very few and far between. They're like, "Well, you're speaking in a different language, but this sounds so cool." I've only mostly gotten positive feedback. Sometimes when I tell people I play poker for a living, they're like, "Oh, is that a 21?" And I'm like, "No, it's more like chess, but you can play the right move and still lose." Absolute strategy.
You mentioned something about making the right move and still losing. I remember reading Annie Duke's book called Thinking in Bets. And there's a lot of similarities in my mind from poker to real life. You know, when you're playing Hold'em, you get two cards, you look at two aces, and 86% roughly of the time you're gonna win that hand. But still there's 14% that you don't win, but you've got the best starting hand. That's life. And so how do you deal with the ups and the downs? Do you have a ritual of some sort that helps you shake off a bad beat or having your aces cracked? How do you deal with that?
So I have a few things. Um, so sometimes I have stopped re-entering tournaments or playing cash games if something feels like I am feeling heavier now. Um, I've also on my when I tournament travel and I'm like in Vegas or Florida, which are when I'm not playing in Texas, those are the two stops I go to the most. I generally bring running shoes because I need to get it out. I need to get it out. I just need to get my frustrations out. I need to clear my head. I need to boost the dopamine, and I need to get out of this small mindset that I'm like, how does this happen to me? I put all this work into it. It's not the point. The point is how you recover because there's going to be bad beats all the time. And honestly, in a way, like if you're getting bad beated, that means you had someone put it in with such a low percentage. And you want that. You want someone to put it in bad. Like it's unfortunate when your aces get beat by queens, queen on the turn, and you're like, wait a minute, I played this perfectly. Why am I out? But it's kind of like life when something happens and it's not what you expect. You can't just stop and be like, whoa, me. You gotta move on. So for me and in tournaments, if I can't regulate my breathing, then I won't re-enter. I also, if I feel like my heart is like palpitating a little more, I will take extra breaths before even looking at my cards. I don't mind taking up a little time because I don't want to give off anything here that can allow me to lose because I didn't have my emotions inside. Like I'm trying to control my emotions the most because I've been doing it too long to let them see my weaknesses. I need to cover that up. That I need to be as strong as I feel most of the time and not in this temporary moment. Um, I do not like going to Vegas though, because I don't feel like I can escape the scene. Like I feel like it's just too many bright lights, too many things. So my favorite
Yes.
poker stop ever that I recently got back to from 2 months ago was Aruba. Amazing. It's
Oh,
like I was like, okay, well, if I bust a tournament, I'm gonna go to the beach. This is
exactly
amazing.
my thoughts.
Same with
It's amazing,
Florida.
Aruba.
Yeah. And it wasn't even, I have had my best experiences when I'm in a poker environment when I'm able to escape it wholeheartedly. That's why I love playing in poker in Texas. We have all of these local options and I can be home with these guys in a minute. These ones will
Oh,
let me realize that it's okay. It takes me out of the space. Um and and so running shoes, fresh air. I love hiking, love hiking. That makes me feel like I'm grounded. Sometimes even just taking my shoes off, finding grass and putting my feet on dirt, will make me feel so much calmer. And then if none of this works, I call my mom. My mom is the one, but I always know how she's going to talk to me. She is, what is it? When you're mean, but it's because you need it. Tough loving. She's a tough loving mom.
Tough
And
love.
so that's always the last one. All right, mom, snap me back in. Tell me I got this. I know I got this, but I need to hear it
Motivational
because you
mom.
got it. Stop, Sam.
She turns on the motivational mom style. Yes.
Not at all. She's a very not militant, but she's just don't let she doesn't even like when we're sick. She's like, you're gonna get over this. Just start feeling better and you'll get better faster. And I was like, I mean, you're not wrong. She goes, don't dwell in it. We're not dwellers. We need to be looking to the positive things. And there's a lot of negative things that can happen in poker. I mean, like most things, there's always a winner and always a loser. Like every 30 seconds, something like that. And so it's how you handle your beats.
What's the most profound thing that poker has taught you?
It gave me a backbone. I don't think when I was 20, I was very conservative. I went to a Baptist school. I never really escaped the small town mentality, not knowing that I thought I was worldly. I'm in college. I'm with all these new people also from Texas. But but I never like felt hardship outside of not knowing who I was. I never felt like the pain of just getting something ripped from you or the pain of like when running an underground poker game. You know how much money I lost by lending money? That's those are great lessons. I am such a badass now for all of the hardships that I have faced. And I'm so grateful for them because if I didn't face these, then how am I going to grow?
Exactly.
Very well said. Beautiful.
I think, Sam, another thing that you mentioned that grabbed my attention was, you're a certain age and you think you're not going to find what you love anymore because you've seen the world, you've done this, you've done that. But I was reading one of these days, and like for instance, J.K. Rowling started writing Harry Potter when on her 35s, and there were like a list of people that only found their passion after their 30s. And I was so inspired by that because it's never too late to find what you love and, let it just be an inspiration to anybody else. And, that message here for me is very clear. Like, it's never too late to find that thing that you're really good at, If you are judging a fish for its ability to fly, you're not gonna get good results. But, find what you love. No matter how late it is, it's gonna show up. I'm sure if you allow yourself to explore, you're gonna find what you love.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And I mean, who really knows themselves in their 20s? You still have a lot of exploration. So there's no time is better than the future, the current, you can use all of the things that have shaped you in your past to now venture out and do different things. Like I still am considering other options of like maybe I want to be a pottery person. Like maybe there are other things that I want to do as well. I definitely want to go to different countries. I've been to Europe once. I've been to Asia once. And when I came back to America, I was just like, I am an entirely different person. Like it's insane. I'm now, and I definitely now want to go to Brazil. You talked it up. It's on the list.
So welcome here.
You want to go during Carnival?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
boy. Sean knows me already. Carnival is just amazing. I think whoever comes to Brazil in Carnival runs that amazing danger of never going back to their original country.
That's amazing.
I'm sure. I am sure. I think you're one of the things you mentioned, Sam, that it's never too late to reinvent yourself. You know, even
Mhm.
after 50, the
Yeah.
if and things change. I think the pandemic changed a lot of things. The pandemic changed our business, and Erica's been very instrumental in helping me see things, see technology, do different things, and I'm always grateful for that. So thank you, Erica. And just being of the open mind. Hey, even if we don't want to change, sometimes we've got to change.
Yes,
Absolutely.
especially if you're unhappy.
Yes, you said everything, especially if you're unhappy, you know. Uh, I think we can all think of turning points or watershed moments in our lives that were very decisive for what you wanted to do. To me, it was like having my baby girls. It was like it changed everything. It changed who I was, and also travels. My Before I decided I wanted to be a mom, I traveled the world, and so one thing that you said, like you're never the same person when you come back from a trip. So I was several different people after all the trips I did before. But what that gave me was like clarity to know that, you know, if I'm not finding myself here, I can always look for myself in other places. And feeling comfortable in a certain environment is possible. I just have to look for it and I'm going to find it. You know, I was certain of that when I was on my 30s and I decided to have my baby girls. And I was like, I want to feel comfortable in my skin as a mom. And that is a political statement too. Like I want to feel, I want to be in a community. I want to be in an area here in Rio de Janeiro where people will be welcoming to moms and people with children, because that was a struggle too, you know. For instance, if you go to certain places here in Brazil, you might not even be able to get your kids to a restaurant. People will gonna look you like, you any home. And there is something behind this that tells me that we have to occupy spaces and show people that we should be like this big in the tribe that helps each other feel comfortable, where doesn't matter what they choose to do with their lives. Like you being a woman wanting to play poker, like occupying those spaces will be so important to other women after you, because they will feel that you're already pushing the borders a little bit away, further away. And this is not going to be a surprise anymore. People might be like more open to the idea, and they might feel more welcomed than you were back then. And times are changing. We're kind of changing the paradigms behind it. So I'm feeling that you're in the vanguard, and I want to be in the vanguard as a mom too, as a professional, as someone who loves what they do, you know. So I feel very inspired with everything that we're talking about today. You can see that I have a different glow because I love to see successful stories of women just finding what they love, finding their place in the world, and exploring more. Because another thing is, uh, sometimes it will not be only one thing that you love. You will find another thing that you love later in your life, and you might even love that other thing more than you do this one now. So, yeah, we gotta be exploring ourselves all the time.
Beautifully said, Erica. Beautifully said.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Certainly. Sam, do you have any thoughts to close with? Any advice? Any words of wisdom for us or the audience?
Ooh, tough one. Tough. I think I just want to encourage everybody, especially women, when you feel like, just don't give up. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail so many times. And you'll probably fail after you succeed, and then it's still okay. It's as long as you don't give up. We're all growing and we're all learning from our failures. So welcome your failures, because that's how they're going to shape us.
read or heard a presentation from Mark Allen one time, and he mentioned embrace glorious failure. And I thought, wow, we're taught to not fail, but poker, if you spend any time in the game, you're going to have some bad beats. You're going to lose some hands. It will mellow you and humble you. So we must. I think that's very, very great advice, Sam, and thank you so much. It's really, we have to get up. I mean, life knocks you down. The question is, do you get back up? The winner is the person that got up one more time.
Literally.
For sure, for sure. Absolutely.
Beautifully said, Sean. I just wanted to add that it was a pleasure to have Sam here today. I learned a lot. I think if anyone listening to this will feel inspired to look for what they love if they haven't found it already. And it's failure sometimes will get you to open new doors, and those doors might be open to you too. So yes, embrace failure. We are human beings. We're not robots. We are, it's something that can happen to us, and we have to prepare ourselves to deal with that, deal with frustration, deal with like failure, and learn from our mistakes, because we have this amazing capability to learn and be better and, explore. So thank you, Sam. I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, this was very inspiring. I'm honored to have you here today. And Sean, do you have any thoughts to close our podcast today?
Just to say all of our best and wish you luck as you play in the upcoming tournaments that you mentioned and through the new year. Hope that 2026 is your best year ever. And we definitely,
Yes.
please come back and share how everything's going. We'd love to visit again soon.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. It's cool to be able to talk about what you love and be able to share it with other people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sam.
Bye bye, everybody. If you like this episode, please subscribe and leave your comment to Sam. We're gonna let her know that you left a comment, and she'll kindly answer you later. But thank you for watching us. It was amazing, Sam. Sean, thank you very much.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Sam. And we'll see you soon.